Folks, gather around because we've got ourselves a real political showdown brewing down in Georgia. It's Donald Trump, the former reality TV star turned politician, against Brian Kemp, the governor of the Peach State. And let me tell you, this ain't no friendly game of horseshoes. Trump, never one to shy away from a good feud, has been hurling insults at Kemp like confetti at a parade. Rhino, traitor, you name it, Trump's probably called Kemp it. And why is Trump so riled up? It all goes back to the 2020 election. You see, Trump wasn't too pleased with the outcome in Georgia, where he lost to Joe Biden by a hair, and he's convinced that Kemp, who refused to overturn the results, is to blame. Kemp, for his part, says he was just doing his job by upholding the law. But Trump, as we know, doesn't always play by the rules. So he's been busy trying to oust Kemp from office, even going so far as to endorse his primary challenger. It's a classic case of political payback, served up with a side of Southern fried drama. Now, where does Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen fit into all of this? Well, Mullen, a staunch Trump ally, has a theory. It's personal. According to Mullen, Trump feels betrayed by Kemp, who he believes owed him loyalty after receiving his endorsement in the past. Mullen seems to think that Kemp committed the cardinal sin of politics, biting the hand that feeds you. He's painted Kemp's actions as a betrayal of Trump's past support, a move that's left a sour taste in the former president's mouth. Of course, loyalty is a two-way street, and one could argue that Trump's relentless attacks on Kemp, a fellow Republican, aren't exactly a shining example of party unity. But hey, who needs unity when you've got a good old-fashioned grudge match to keep things interesting? The bottom line is, Mullen's comments have added fuel to the fire, highlighting the deep divisions within the Republican Party. It seems like everyone's picking sides and the stakes couldn't be higher. Let's be clear, Brian Kemp is no liberal snowflake. He's a conservative Republican who signed into law one of the strictest voting laws in the country. But when it came to overturning the 2020 election, Kemp drew a line in the sand. He refused to cave to Trump's demands, insisting that he had a duty to uphold the law and the will of the voters. This act of defiance, while praised by some as a defense of democracy, infuriated Trump and his loyal followers. Kemp's stance put him in a tough spot, caught between a rock and a hard place, or perhaps more accurately, between a Trump and a hard election. He found himself alienating a significant portion of his own party while trying to maintain his integrity. It's a classic political dilemma. Do you stand by your principles even if it means risking your career, or do you bend the knee to the party boss? Kemp, it seems, chose the former. Section 4. The blank ballot heard round the world. As if the feud between Trump and Kemp couldn't get any juicier, Kemp decided to add another log to the fire. In the recent Georgia primary, he did something truly audacious. He cast a blank ballot for president. That's right, folks. The governor of Georgia, a Republican stronghold, couldn't bring himself to vote for Donald Trump, the de facto leader of his own party. It was a move that spoke volumes, even if it was technically silent. Now, some might say Kemp was just trying to avoid alienating either side of the Republican Party. But I like to think he was making a statement, a silent protest against the Trumpian takeover of his party. Whatever his reasons, Kemp's blank ballot was a bold move, one that further cemented the rift between him and Trump. It was a clear signal that the battle for the soul of the Republican Party is far from over. Section 5. The GOP Tightrope, Balancing Act, or Freefall. The Trump-Kemp feud is a microcosm of the larger struggle within the Republican Party. It's a party caught between its past and its future, its traditional conservative values and the populist fervor of the Trump era. On one side, you have the Trump loyalists who believe that the 2020 election was stolen and that anyone who doesn't support the former president is a traitor. On the other side, you have the more traditional conservatives who are wary of Trump's rhetoric and his hold on the party. The GOP is walking a tightrope, trying to balance these competing factions while also appealing to a broader electorate. It's a delicate dance, and one wrong step could send the party tumbling into chaos. The 2024 election will be a major test for the Republican Party. Will it continue down the path of Trumpism, or will it seek to chart a new course? The answer, my friends, remains to be seen.